More and more now, as we see this displacement of people, move, either realizing what's become important. So, more family time. Maybe they say, I'm stepping out of my role, or I'm stepping out of my job because I want to have more family time. So therefore, what can I do? I'm sure, and I've thought this in the back of my mind for years, that as people are getting made redundant and there is this disruption and displacement, everybody's going to be starting up their own little side gig. And I'm not talking about, Uber driving or Deliveroo or something, but something, I think we're going to get, obviously the economy will become a lot more localized through this crisis, through this era that we're going through at the moment. And the barriers to entry to get online, to create a business online are very, very small, very small.
Yeah.
Come up with an idea, register a domain name, build maybe a Wix or WordPress website.
Just to start with, right?
Yeah, just to get you started. You don't need to.
Good enough. And that's what we talked about as well, right? So, because, last week there was this from the City Council, the small business grant. So I now helped a couple of my clients to apply for it. Yes. And it was a combination of, really eliciting what their business is about. And then building a web presence. And we had a conversation about it. And, there are different providers for different needs. Yes. So you are very sophisticated. You have a whole team. You have a dedicated designer, dedicated developer, project manager, lots of digital marketers in your team, and many more, which I'm for sure forgot, SEO experts and all the people I worked with during this whole process. And of course, this comes with a price. Yes. And you need to be in a position to afford that with ease and grace. Yeah. I would never force somebody who's just starting a new business to invest in a website for $30,000 or $40,000, right? It wouldn't be the right thing. You have to learn through this process. So for these people who just start, new business owners, maybe a 5K website is okay. What are your thoughts in regards to that? Would you support that?
Look, I think so. I think you have to start somewhere, and you can get away with something to get started for for 5K just to get a presence up there. But again, it's who's your customer, who's your audience, who are you talking to, how easy do you want to be to do business with? What happens once somebody makes contact with you, whether it's by phone, are you tracking and attributing where those phone calls are coming from? From our point of view, the amount of businesses, big and small, that have no idea really where their marketing dollars are coming from. I think,
like me.
Yeah. Sorry, not their marketing dollars, where their marketing dollars are returning, business from, basically. And we look at it and we go, well, that's inexcusable, because, for $40 a month or $100 a month, you can be tracking all of this stuff with little platforms. You might need some experts to come in and consult with you to say, okay, well, look, this is what this information means. We're very much led by the numbers as well. That's the beauty of digital, the double-edged sword. But the beauty of digital is it's all led by the numbers. The numbers never lie.
And that's the beauty about digital, right? That you will get numbers. It's not just like business management by feeling.
I was going to say, I can't show you. I had to giggle the other day. I was social distancing out at Coles the other morning, and there was a huge Cadbury's display, Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolates loaded up everywhere with win tickets to Tokyo 2020, big gold, like a Wonka bar thing. And I'm thinking that there you go, like it was enormous. It took up one of the whole aisles, obviously a big installation that they obviously weren't able to turn off. They'd obviously booked the space with Coles, booked the space with whoever organizes those things in Coles, put the stock in there, and it was all about Tokyo 2020. And I just thought, see, that's the difference between offline and digital. Digital, you just turn it off.
Yeah.
Because so many large advertisers, the travel agents, the airlines, the hotels, the bookings.com, etc., have got no business. They've all tanked 80, 90, 95%. the amount of inventory that's now available on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, where those big advertisers were, there's an enormous amount of inventory. So if you are running a Facebook campaign, you should be able to get 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 times the reach and results out of your budget, because A, everybody's at home, working from home, using these platforms. B, the inventory means that the competition for that space is less, so therefore the pricing has dropped. We've seen pricing for some of our own sponsored posts and sponsored content. What we were paying $15 to reach 1,000 people for just a couple of months ago, we now pay $5 for.
Oh, wow. Is there something similar for LinkedIn? Or is this just particular for Facebook?
I've just noticed it on Facebook and Instagram. Not sure about LinkedIn. I'd say because they're not driven so much by consumer brands that would have been affected so strongly by COVID. I wouldn't have thought so. But yeah, definitely if you're watching and you're listening, then I would definitely be looking to up your budgets, or at least review what you were getting for your dollar 3 months ago versus what you're getting for your dollar now.